Buying a property right now, I mean a landed property right now in Lagos with 10 million naira, and that property having a very favorable CFO is nearly impossible. Yes, you no longer can find a very favorable CFO land title in Lagos under 10 million naira or at 10 million naira. If you have anyone giving you that kind of offer, I want to ask you to be very, very careful. Even in places like Ekpe, yes, Ekpe is a fast-growing environment. Ibejuleki, you cannot find a full plot going for 10 million naira with a CFO. And this is the reason why I've always been advising in the last couple of, I think 1 year plus now, that it is smart that you diversify your real estate investment portfolio. Now, for those of you who are still looking to buy affordable land, but you don't want to buy land without title in Lagos, of course you can't. I will never advise you to buy any land without title in Lagos, especially places like Ekpe or Ibejuleki. It's a no. Honestly, if you do that right now in 2025, this means that you're just literally taking your money and dropping it into the ocean. You know, the lagoon, or example, a Third Mainland Bridge. So it doesn't make sense. That's what I mean. Now, this is my advice. Look into fast-growing places in Ibadan. Look into some places in Ogun State. Look into places like Abuja. Of course, it can't be places like Asokoro or Wuse. Growing places like where we have the City View Park and Resort. So in today's video, I'm going to quickly tell you about City View Park and Resort, give you the update, and then point your attention towards investing there. You know, one of the things I love about growing places like this is that they are the low-hanging fruits. Okay, what they do is that they don't look like something that has immediate potential, but then they do have long-term potential. And I always say this, that this is the major purpose of real estate investment: the ability to put your money into somewhere that looks like this, and then waiting for it to grow, and then over the years it gives you return on your investment. That is why real estate is best done on a long term. Remember when I started this video, I talk about the importance of diversifying your real estate investment portfolio. So this means that you are an existing real estate investor, you probably own one house or a couple of lands in Lagos already. So looking into places like City View, Kwakwalada would make sense. Or maybe you're a beginner and what you have right now is less than 10 million naira that you want to start with. Is better, rather than struggling to buy something within Lagos. How about you that is safe and secured, by the way? Because trust me, you will see some adverts going around and then they'll tell you 5 million naira and it doesn't have title in Ibejuleki, but please don't buy it. So hence why City View Park and Resort is a perfect option for you, whatever category you fall into watching this. So yes, you should buy into City View Park and Resort if you fall into this category, or maybe your own category, someone who just loves to have something within the FCT. Yes, this is perfect. So the CFO on City View Park and Resort is under FCT, so it's not a other state CFO. It's a very favorable CFO. Lots of people who bought into this property, they've done their checks and they got their clear, and that's why they invested in it. Now, if you see the video I've been displaying, so that I started talking, is showing you the second batch of allocation that was done some couple of weeks ago. Yes, I see. Some people are asking, oh, my rental told me that the second batch of allocation has been done. Yes, the second batch of allocation has been done, and the third batch will soon be done. In fact, the plan is that they will have nothing less than 4 batch of allocation in this year 2025. So they're going to be doing back to back. I said it when they did the very first batch on the April 30th that is going to be back to back, and they do this allocation in batches. So this is only for eligible investors. Now let me explain eligible. Eligible means that you have finished paying with your cost of the land. You have paid for your land. You've paid for deed of assignment, you pay for survey, and then you've paid for developmental fee. Then your name will be on the list, and then you will get allocated. And after allocation, you can go ahead and do anything you want in that area. Now, this land is located in Gwagwalada. You know, if you pass Giri Junction, it's just a few minutes drive away from Giri Junction before you get to the popular Gwagwalada Junction, which is really a good place. It's not far from the road. So we conduct inspections every week. So if you have a representative you want to call for inspection, we can take you there. You will see it for yourself, or you can do a virtual tour with us. You will see everything. Now you have two options. You either buy the residential or the commercial. Now for the residential, there are two categories as well: the 300 square meter, and then you have the 500 square meter. The 500 square meter is going for 8 million naira only. You see that it is under 10 million naira, like I mentioned earlier. And then you can buy the 300 square meter for 6.8 million naira. The commercial plot is going for 9 million naira for the full plot. Commercial plot does not have the 300 square meter. So if you're buying the commercial plot, you have to buy minimum one plot. And then the acre deal is available for both of these options. Whether you're doing residential or you're doing commercial, you can buy acre deal and you can buy the hectares. Now let me explain. 1 acre means that you're buying 6 plots together. 1 hectare means that you're buying 15 plots together. So yeah, that's the difference. So if you want to have multiple plots together, you can choose the deal as well. And then for the other fees, the cost of the land is only what I'm talking about. The other fees is not inclusive. So these prices of this 8 million naira per plot is not inclusive. It's just the cost of the land. So you're still going to pay for survey, you're going to pay for deed, and then you're going to pay for developmental fee. And it is after all of this payment, you are going to now get your physical land allocation, and on the day of the allocation you will get your copy of your survey and the copy of your deed of assignment, and voila, you can commence to go and build whatever it is you want. So it's perfect for long-term investors, mostly people who are, like I mentioned earlier, looking for low-hanging fruits. I like the fact that several batch of allocation have been done, and like I said, they're gearing for the 3rd batch of allocation. Now let me say this: for you that you're watching me, you've invested in this property and you're wondering, how come I'm hearing about allocation for the first time? Now the question is, are you done paying for all of your fees? If you've paid for the land and you have not paid for other fees, which is survey, deed of assignment, and development, please pay so that your name will be on the next batch of allocation. However, if you've paid for the land and you've paid for deed, you will still not get allocation. You have to pay everything: deed, survey, and developmental fee. It is very important that you pay all those fees before you get allocated. So before you watch my video and say, oh, they've done allocation, I've paid everything, they've not allocated me, please ensure that you actually have paid everything, all fees. Because I get this a lot. People ask me, oh, how come they're doing allocation? I didn't get my own allocation. What is happening? What is wrong? And then you now put it on top of your head and you realize that they've not paid all of the fees. So please, it's important that you pay all of your fees. Of course, the initial deposit has been displayed on the screen. For 300 square meters is 750,000 naira. If you're buying a plot, it is 1 million. And now for those who want to buy the acre and hectare deals, of course the details is in the description of what is the amount and of course the initial deposit. You see this land, when I say it's a sweet, low and green fruit, trust me, it is one that is really a good one to buy into. And I am here to help you go through the process of you acquiring your plots of land, acres or hectares inside City View Park and Resort Gwagwalada. All you have to do right now is to stop watching this video and start dialing my number. Call me, let me help you go through this process. So yeah, I'm waiting for your call. The 2 numbers are available on WhatsApp, and if you don't reach me on the red call, you can reach me on WhatsApp directly. Thank you so much. My name, of course, remains Keta Susman. I am the Queen of Landlord Maker, aka Latana. So I'll be waiting for your call. Please ensure that wherever you're watching me from, that you remain safe and awesome, just the way you are. So I say to you, what?